What's up, you guys? My name is Tomi. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we'll be discussing how to gain self-confidence, tips on to gain your self-confidence. I'll be also sharing my self-confidence journey with you all. Before we get into the video, I want to discuss my sister's candle business. If you like candles just like me, please go check out Soul Essentials. Her candles are amazing. I'm not just saying that because she's my sister, but my favorite one is the apple and maple bourbon candle. All her candles are amazing, so if you like candles and you're interested in buying some new candles, go check out Soul Essentials. I'll leave the website link in the description below. So let's get right into the video. So I'm just gonna start off by talking about my self-confidence journey. So it kind of started when I was 18, 19, when I first moved to Florida. But like what really triggered the journey process is with things I experienced in my life as a young child, being a black young girl, being bullied, telling me that my skin was too dark, or like how my body was like too muscular to be a woman, like just these name callings. And like obviously being a Nigerian girl, being African, they would call me names as such, and that was not an acceptance at that time. As it is now, being a black woman, everybody kind of now like celebrates us in a way. And so at that time, I wasn't really confident within myself due to those words. So then I started college or whatever, and I was like conversing with someone, and he had the nerve to tell me that he has never spoken to a girl as dark as me. When I tell you guys, I was speechless. I was lost for words, like extremely lost for words, because I'm just like, what was the point of you telling me this? I'm not understanding your point. Why are you even talking to me in the first place? So I had never spoken to him since that day. So then that was towards like the ending of my freshman year in college, and then obviously I moved. So when I moved, I was like telling myself like, yeah, Tommy, like that hurt you so bad. You gotta like learn how to stand your ground as a strong black woman. Like, so I moved to Florida and I had no friends besides my family and myself, and I just went on a journey of like growth, spiritual growth, listening to podcasts, reading the Bible about confidence, how to find beauty within. Finding who Tommy was took me a very long time within that growth period. So once I started like feeling the confidence within myself, I seen change, but it wasn't enough. So like I remember I used to like post like a lot of like quotes when every time I post. I think I would like try to post a picture around 2018. There's a picture of me standing in front of a garden, and I remember my like caption was like, I am wonderfully and beautifully made. And then so as I'm going through this journey, I feel very more at peace, more confident in myself. I'm like finally like saying like, okay, this is who Tommy is as a person. So I started school, and I met a couple of friends, and they're like one of the closest friends I ever had. So I knew there was another step I needed to take, but I just didn't know what until I kind of met them to help me with my self-confident growth. So I had another issue with myself as whereby I used to wear makeup a lot. Not a lot. Actually, I used to wear makeup every day because at that time I didn't believe my face looked beautiful enough without makeup. Like I would not take off my makeup at all. Like you would see me going to class at 8 a.m. It would be 10 o'clock and I'll still have that on my face. Yes. So like I would not take it off until I met these girls. They were like, Tommy is mad hot in Florida. Like, take off your makeup. And I'm like, are they trying to like bully me? Da da da. Like, like what are they trying to do? So I would not take off my makeup by all means necessary. And because I thought I only felt beautiful, and I thought I only would get noticed with the foundation on my skin because it just made, to me at that time, it made it seem more beautiful. I feel like I looked more beautiful with foundation on. So then I used to sleep over at my friend's house a lot. And I remember one time she told me like, hey, told me like, use my skin products or whatever. Wow, so you can take off your face. And I was like, okay, thank you. I waited till this girl went to sleep, then took off my makeup and then used her skin products. Like that's how bad it was. Like not even like people who I was like this would see me without makeup. Besides like people that like my family, like So I remember using her skin products and I was just like, wow, my skin looks great. Like, but then I still continue wearing makeup. So this is now like December 2018 going into 2019. I knew, you know how sometimes in life you need to go through something so it can take you to another step of your life, of your growth. So I would say within the situation that definitely happened. So it was around spring semester and I was getting into skincare a lot. Like I'm enjoying my skin, but I was still wearing foundation. I wouldn't wear it too much, but I would still wear it every single day. So I remember I was doing my skincare one night and I had like a pimple in this area. If I can find the picture, I'll show you. And I used raw African soap, like raw. And I placed it right here on my pimple. And I woke up the next day, my skin was gone. Like my skin was gone. Like it looked like something literally sliced my skin off and it was literally just flesh. And I had to walk around with like this huge patch on my face to cover it because the heat could not touch it. So my friends took me to the doctors and obviously the doctor told me I could not do anything to my face, no makeup, no nothing. So in my head I'm like, oh then I remember like once it starts to get healed a little bit, she was like, yeah, you can start using your skin products, but like do not wear makeup. So then I'm just like, okay, like my skin looks a lot better, but it's not fully healed. So, but then I'm just like, I kind of have to walk outside without makeup. So I'll never forget this day. So I literally did my hair. I had like a nice bob wig on, like did my skincare and everything. And I walked out of my dorm room with like my head held high. And I'm just like, yeah, girl, you look good. Like, I was hyping myself up so hard because it was just like, I was even in shock how well my skin looked in the sun. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I remember like going back to my dorm room and just like looking at God, like, thank you. Like, thank you. Like, I'm not saying that He did that, but like, it was necessary for me to take that step because without that, I don't know where I would be with my confidence. I like arose with so much confidence within myself. Like, who is anyone to tell you otherwise? Like, whose opinion matter besides yours and the man above? No one can tell you nothing about you. Nothing. So that's like my little short summary of like my self growth. And I need you guys to start thinking like that as well because you are created uniquely. You are created by the only person who holds our lives. Like, who is this person to tell you otherwise? Who is this person to tell you this? Once you start finding who you are as a person, nobody can tell you nothing, sis. Nobody. So now I'm going to share some tips the things I did to get to where I am. So the first one I would say is writing down what makes you you. If someone came up to you today and asked you like, what can you say about yourself that separates from you and everybody else in the world? By doing that is no one else knows you better than God. So that's who I went to. The person I used to listen to faithfully is Pastor Sarah Jake Roberts. I listened to her faithfully. I remember listening to one sermon. It was like, girl, get up. If you have not watched that sermon, even if you're not even sure about your way with Christ, I'm telling you, that sermon got me through mad stuff, okay? Like, it was so moving. I still watch it today just to, like, snap out of certain things. Like, she's right. You gotta do what you gotta do. Find who you are, find your purpose. And that's another thing. What is your purpose? Once you find what your purpose is in life, you start to obtain certain habits of who you are. You start to figure out who you are. When you don't know who you are, you don't know how to structure your life. You don't know how to feel about yourself. You don't have the confidence in yourself. So when people are telling you things or people view you in a certain way, you're going to start to believe it. Finding who you are, finding your purpose, listening to podcasts that is only positive, that is motivating you to become a better you, listening to anything that is more in a spiritual guidance that helps you to discover your purpose. Then I would do daily affirmations. Girl, my room was filled up with post-its, like saying you're beautiful, you're this, you're strong, you're worthy of everything, da 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 da, like literally post-its. I still have my daily affirmations from 2018. I changed them because obviously, like, the things that I needed to believe in back then is not the things I need to believe in now. Another thing I did was in staying focused. I focused on myself to get where I was okay with. Obviously, I never stopped, but like to see my progress, to be fully satisfied where I was at that time, it took me a good year and I stayed focused. Did not let anything distract me, did not talk to anybody, nobody besides like my friends, like hanging out and stuff like that. But like really staying in tune with myself was very important because I needed to figure out who Tommy was. Another step that I did was finally stepping out of my comfort zone. Do not put yourself in a box that you don't fit in. You are uniquely designed. Nobody has the gift that God has placed in your life. Nobody could be you. Nobody can have what you have. So I was always scared to step out of my comfort zone. I was scared to let my light shine. And while you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you can lose some friends. You can be seen as a person that's like weird. I'd rather be weird and know who I am and fully be confident within myself than rather be stay in the box of what society has placed me in. So my main thing is to you guys is to stay true to yourself. Stay true to who you are. You are destined for greatness. Do not let anybody tell you anything else. So those are the things I did to get to where I am today. If you guys want me to talk about it more, if you want to have more personal questions that you guys want to ask me, please, please, please do not hesitate to email me. Don't be scared to DM me. All my information description below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys gained something from this. I hope you guys use some of these tools that I use to help you gain to the next level of confidence. So I'm just gonna close this video out and say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.